warm welcome to this Thursday's edition of Money Moves. I am Melissa Enokera, the FMDQ studios in Lagos.
And I'm Grace Agbaragu. It's the 8th of January. We thank you for joining us at this time on the show.
All right, then let's tee off with your news now. Morocco's National Airports Office, or ONDA, has awarded the contract for the new terminal at Casablanca Mohammed V Airport to a 100% Moroccan consortium led by SGTM and GCC. The project is valued at 12.8 billion dirhams, which ONDA described as the largest airport construction project ever undertaken in Morocco. In West Africa, the Islamic Cooperation for the Development of the Private Sector and Chorus Bank International, Benin, have signed a 25 million euros Sharia compliant line of financing to support private sector development in Benin Republic. The 4-year facility will target small and medium-sized enterprises, providing capital to create around 600 new jobs and support 7 SMEs and 1 corporate client. The agreement builds on ICD's existing collaboration with Chorus Holding, which extended Islamic banking and financing facilities in other West African countries, including Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Senegal, and Togo. In Kenya, President William Ruto today addressed farmers during the Yota Business Startup Capital Disbursement in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County. The program seeks to provide financial support to farmers, boost agricultural productivity, and enable smallholder farmers to scale their operations. Let's take a listen.
What we have done under this administration, we have not just talked about having opportunities for young people. No, we have gone beyond talk. And we have designed a plan. And we have 5 different plans on how to create opportunities for young people in Kenya. Ninyi mnanielewa? And that is why I insist. Ndio mkisikia nikiwauliza viongozi wengine, kuweni na mpango, kuweni na sera, wanalalamika. Kwa sababu the absence of a plan, the absence of an agenda is the reason why we are where we are and the Asian tigers are where they are. The difference is in having a plan. Sijui kama tunaelewana. So, apart from Nyota, ambaye nimewaeleza, na hii Nyota iko na business support 100,000 young people. Iko na recognition of our prior learning, 20,000 young people. Iko on the job training, 90,000 young people. Iko na mambo ya support ya ACBO, 600,000 young people. Aside from that, we have a whole plan on the program of housing.
In other news, Bebe Selassie, an Ethiopian national, will retire as Director of the African Department at the International Monetary Fund on May 1, 2026, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva announced. Selassie has led the department since 2016, managing the fund's engagement with 45 sub-Saharan African countries during periods of global and regional shocks, including the COVID-19 pandemic, high inflation, and changes in global trade policies. Meanwhile, experts are highlighting the critical role of credit rating agencies in closing the risk assessment gap across the continent. Discussion focuses on how local and regional agencies can improve transparency, accuracy, and access to financial information, enabling investors to make better decisions and supporting economic growth. Here are some excerpts.
Very, very important to understand that the rating made by the big three, as they call them, and the rating made by local and regional rating agency are on different bases. It's not, the difference is not the methodology, because it's the same methodology. We're using the same document, it's the same methodology, but the approach is different. Can we do our rating in local currency, which is completely different with the rating on hard currency? Basically, companies in their context, in their environment, and countries are stronger in their own currency than they are in hard currency. If you look the structure of the economy of most of African countries, they still exporting raw material and using the reserve to import finished good. So which means that the level of reserve is usually very low. If your level of reserve is low, your capacity to reimburse or to meet up your financial obligation in foreign currency will be low as well, regardless of the performance of your economy. As long as you have a reserve that is low, regardless of your performance, your capacity will be low. If you look at all these African countries, most of them actually have the highest economic
Finally,
growth.
on news now, Ghana plans to increase its stake in the Jubilee oil field under a license extension deal that would keep production running until 2040, subject to parliamentary approval. The revised terms will see GNPC's interest rise by an additional 10% from July 2036, while up to 20 new wells are planned to stem decline and boost reserves. Jubilee output is expected to reach nearly 70,000 barrels per day in early 2026, strengthening Ghana's long-term oil revenues. I am Melissa Enoch, and that's it on News Now this Thursday. The show returns shortly with Grace at the FMDQ Archives Room, giving us our markets round.
We are, as you know, we are Pan-African. It's in our DNA. It's the DNA of householding of our parent group. And our investment thesis is even named after Africa, Africa capitalism. But you know, I can't talk about deals or things that are in motion. I think what I can tell you is that the way we have come today to make an announcement on the second pillar, on flares elimination, I think let's watch this space. We think we would have some announcements to make on the third pillar in the coming months, year 2026. And then for Africa, I think that I have to say, wait, you'll be one of the very first to know. But you should know that we are very active. We've met in a number of the locations in Africa as we are trying to play out and build our Africa playbook. But take that aside, we are looking, and this today is just an indication that we are looking to be impactful in energy, in Nigeria and in Africa.
welcome back to Money Moves. Let's now go over to Grace for today's market update. Hello there, Grace.
Lisa, let's now track how the markets ended trading today, starting off with the equities as usual. The Nigerian Stock Exchange inched up 0.13%. The BROVM rose 0.19% to 344.40. The Nairobi Securities Exchange added 0.42% to 192.08. In South Africa, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange slipped 0.71% and Morocco's MASI softened 0.61%. Egypt's EGX30 gained 0.75% as trading resumed. Let's do a quick round on some of the Pan-African currencies. The rand weakened 0.35% to 16.51 against the US dollar. The Egyptian pound was unchanged at 47.24, while the CFA franc strengthened 0.26%. The Kenyan shilling ticked up 0.02% to 128.99. The Moroccan dirham gained 0.05% to 9.21, while the naira rose 0.27% to 1,423 naira 49 kobo as at 13:39 GMT. Let's switch into the commodities data deck, beginning with energy prices. Brent crude advanced 1.62% to $60.93, and US WTI rose 1.52% to $56.84. Natural gas fell 2.24% to $3.44, while Arabian gasoline jumped 2.01% to $1.72 as at 13:31 GMT. Finally, two metals prices. Gold dipped 0.56% to $4,437.40. Copper is 0.18% to $5.85. And platinum fell 3.59%. Aluminium declined 0.29% to $3,079.57, while iron ore rose 1.58% to $108.48 as at 13:33 GMT. And that's our Money Moves markets today. Back to you, Melissa.
Thank you very much for those updates on how the markets wrapped up today, Grace. And that's it on today's edition of Money Moves. From all of us here at the FMDQ studios, we say thank you very much for watching and bye for now.